Jeremy Clarkson made an amusing slip-up at the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix. Jeremy Clarkson was made to pay for having one too many drinks at the Bahrain Grand Prix 2 weeks ago, accidentally waving the checkered flag too early and crowning Lance Stroll as the unofficial race winner, rather than Max Verstappen, who was yet to cross the line for the final time. The former Top Gear presenter and motoring journalist is a longtime F1 fan and has professed his support for Alpine, whose Enstone base is close to his diddly squat farm in the Cotswolds. Clarkson was also present at the season opener in Bahrain, where he was offered the privilege of waving the checkered flag. Explaining his mishap in his column for The Sun, he wrote, "I went to the Formula One race in Bahrain last weekend, and as it began I was approached by one of the organizers who wondered if I'd like to wave the checkered flag at the end. Given that Neymar and Kevin Hart were also in town, I was extremely flattered. So even though I'd had a few beers and maybe some wines as well, I decided to say, yes. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? With a dozen laps to go, I set off from my viewing platform at one end of the pit straight to the little flag-waving box at the other. No big deal. Plenty of time, which would have been true if I'd been able to walk in a straight line. Mercifully, I arrived in the pit lane, opposite the little flag box, as Max Verstappen began his final lap. I was a little out of breath, but even I could cross a road in the time it takes a Formula One car to do a whole lap. And it was at this point that my equally merry girlfriend, Lisa, announced that she needed a wee. Right, I see. So we do what? Ask Max to park up at the back of the track until she'd finished? Even though he could have done that and still won, we decided not to chance it, hurried across the pit lane, plunged into the little box, took control of the flag, and waited for Max to appear round the last corner. Easy. But it was dark, and in the time it takes to think, is that a Red Bull? The car was past me and I'm thinking, OS***T. It was a Red Bull. So I was waving the flag as frantically as I could when I realized that it wasn't a Red Bull. I'm told that officially, Max Verstappen won the race, but the car that took the checkered flag? Well, I've checked the footage and I think it might have been Lance Stroll. While Clarkson's error was amusing, it thankfully had no impact on the official result, and Verstappen was able to celebrate a commanding win to kick off his title defense in style. The Dutchman is now on a 9-race winning streak after following victory in Bahrain with a similarly impressive display in Jeddah the following weekend.